Hello, welcome back to the Book of Scrim. It's been a few weeks. Everything has been a little bit, haven't recorded any videos. It's been a bit tumultuous time, let's say. As you can see, I have a slightly different setup, but a bit of a temporary setup. Might have to run with this for a bit. However, I've got another sketchbook, quick sketchbook tour. So let's crack on so we don't take too much time. Okay, now I have no idea when this was dated, when it was done. I think it was sometime around 2012, 2013-ish. And I unfortunately, for whatever reason, did not write a date in it. This sometimes happens. Okay, so I'm going to turn these because, let me just see, this is all. Yeah, I know what's happened here, why it's all weird. I started working one way and then I was working the other way. This makes me back all a bit back to front. Yeah, okay. Yes, here's what was happening. Yeah, I started making, so anyway, it's a bit backward, the backward sketchbook, for whatever reason, but anyway, we'll go with this. Look, I started doing, at one point, I was doing these things where I was involved in a bit of text, and some of it, a bit silly, really, but it was just something to get down and to try and just experiment with. But anyway, how to use the force, I don't have any answers. You guys might have some answer. So anyway, it's not what you know is that you can't be as good as Pablo. It's not what you know, it's that you can't be as good as Pablo. I am fairly sure I must have been referring to Picasso in that silly bit of text there. How to earn a crust. I may have been referring to trying to make some money at art, but how to earn a crust. It's just some of the sayings that you get, like earning a crust, and I was kind of messing about with these text. How to colour in pictures, and it was a kind of a bit of a tongue-in-cheek, kind of quirky sort of thing. How to be successful, how to successfully cross-hatch eggs without getting grumpy. No idea. I did go through a period of actually doing, much earlier than 2012, of doing these silly bits of little text pieces. So this is probably still a throwback from all of that. You can't draw for peanuts. How to draw for peanuts. Oh, okay. How to build a boat that floats. The urge to use more than 25 colours will be strong, but you must resist. I think the dog has heard something. How to talk proper. Okay. There's no art school like the old art school. How to cope with fame and fortune. That's very much tongue-in-cheek there. How to come up with a decent title. Untitled piece. You see it? See what I'm doing here? I've even signed it. Oh my goodness. Right. How to write a statement that makes sense to your granny. Okay. How to stroke length in Photoshop. Okay. How to get a proper job. See, oh, this is a bit mad, really. Don't give up the day job. You'll have heard some of these before, but some of them might twist them around a bit. How to dodge your taxes. Okay. I wouldn't recommend anybody trying that, really. How to fiddle your expenses. What was I listening to? I think I must have been whatever book I was reading. How to lead a country to war. The choice is not yours. Yeah, I must have had something going on. This is responding to various things with taxes, yes, and you know, like corporations and things not paying the taxes, and then you know, with the effects on people and the wars and etc. 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 Let me take some liberty. It's not rocket science. Now, I've stopped there, and then I went on from that to these forms. I dropped the daft text. Maybe I should go back to it. Yeah, so I was got into exploring these forms just using biro and forgetting about adding words, but just getting back to shapes and colour. And some of these were actually coming out quite well at the time, some not so. I wish I could remember what date all this was, because I think I will have it somewhere else. I may have made a note that'll make sense where that followed on from. So there you go. So we're keeping these biro pieces. So yes, there's no scrim in this one. This was back whenever I went through that phase of producing small and quite large pure biro pen pieces, and just experimenting with that and seeing where it would take me. And there were some interesting results, really. So yes, this is a strange little sort of sketchbook to throw out there, but you know, that was a thing at the time, so it was a thing. It's probably good, has informed other pieces of work ever since, and not the text things, but or maybe the text things in terms of, like, you know, where I come up with some of, when I title some pieces, I do kind of tend to put sort of quirky twists on titles. But I quite like this kind of thing. So yeah, I remember now, this is into another, this is I started working with these, so you'll probably find in one of the other videos where this carried on from. So I'm fairly sure it's around about, certainly 2013, maybe even 14 rings a bell. Anyway, certainly for this style here. I've done a little bit of this, and then I went back to a little bit of that. These would take quite some time to do. And there you go. That was whatever year that was. So yeah, see, it was back to front. I had started the other way around. So yes, anyway, very quick video. Thank you for watching, listening, or whatever. And yes, I hope you found that vaguely entertaining, and or not, whatever. Okay, guys, thank you, and I'll catch you again.